Hello everyone and welcome to the City of Heroes Let's Play. Here we are again, in the city of Paragon. And joining me today, as always, is Forgotten Valor, also known as CBC Ronin. Hey CB, how are you?
Hello, how's everything going?
It's going fine with me. So, look where we are this time. Let's see, what's this guy's name? Oran. If you remember from last time, Officer Fields redirected us to a new contact, and that's this guy over here, with the round glasses. Never trust anyone with round glasses.
Yeah, he looks a little shady.
Exactly.
Yeah,
just what I was thinking.
Yeah, questionable.
Have you ever played the Time Crisis games?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, I've been playing them in the arcade, and basically, what it is, you can play with 2 players, so I always play with my brother, and it had like this iron pedal on the ground, and these guns, and every time you had to reload, you had to let go of the panel, and you would duck in cover, and you reload your pistol. But the cool thing was, there was one boss, and he's been in, as far as I know, in every Time Crisis game so far, called Wild Dark, and he has those kind of glasses. So from now on, I've always been never trust anyone with those kinds of glasses.
Yeah, when you can't see their eyes, it tells you something.
Exactly. Alright, Oren, let's see what you have to tell us.
Hello, heroes. I am Oren Thiery, a scientist for the illustrious group known as Seraph. Hibashi has informed me of your work to push back the chaos on Atlas. I have some information that might prove useful for you. Shall we get to work? Matthew Hibashi has informed me about what you know, which is that Arachnos has been trying to destabilize the area of Atlas. An interesting idea, to say the least, attacking the heart of the City of Heroes. I have been keeping my eye on particular events. I know where we may be able to strike to prevent Arachnos from attaining its goal of total domination in Atlas Park.
What do you know?
There has been a large gathering of Hellions in the northern part of Argorshi Industrial. The area was once the center of industrial work in Paragon, but that honor has since gone to Independence Port. The mostly empty warehouses there are now being used by the Hellions. I've deducted that it's highly possible the Hellions are setting up the stage for Arachnos to use those warehouses for some sort of an invasion. I would suggest a full-out attack on the Hellions to prevent this from happening.
Alright then, seems like we're being directed to do some grunt work. Defeat 15 Hellions. And let's have a look on our map where exactly we have to go. Oh, it's right around the corner. Let's head out and go check that out and beat some skulls in.
Alright, on the way.
Right. So, the Steam sale is over. Have you bought any stuff?
I bought too much stuff.
Oh god, you and me both. Wait, what did you get?
I actually bought and picked up the Bethesda package.
Uh-huh.
So I was able to get, because one of the things I wanted to get was the Las Vegas, the Fallout. So that was going to be the only one that I actually bought, but I figured that since I was there and I saw the deal, I might as well go ahead and get it for the Skyrim as well. So.
Oh yeah, well, Skyrim is a wonderful game, and I'll talk to you more in a second, but these guys don't look like Hellions. What's going on here?
Huh. I'll tell you who that is, though.
Alright.
Somebody we don't want to really mess with.
Who are these guys
Arachnos.
then? Oh, these are Arachnos.
Okay, well, these are Arachnos.
Right.
And the Arachnos are pretty much the major organized bad guys for the villain side.
Oh, okay. So it seems
they're the ones who rule the other half of the world.
Right. Ah, well, it seems we're dealing with the big leagues now. You want to go take a few of them down?
Yeah, let's see. Who should we target first?
What about the...
maybe the TAC Ops guy?
Yeah, exactly. Sounds good. Alright, let's hit him.
Okay.
Woo, these guys look a lot more organized than the Hellions we've been fighting.
Oh yeah, big difference between street gangs and organized military forces.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, down you go. By the way, check out that building, it's on fire. These guys don't kid around.
Nah, they're pretty destructive. Good thing at least they don't have any bots with them, though.
Bots?
Oh yeah, these guys are notorious for having assistants.
Oh right, like robot. Like do they employ like cyborgs or something?
I'm sorry, say again. We just got these guys all spawning back up again.
Oh wait, let's back off a bit. What kind of bots are you talking about? Like cyborgs or something?
Well, the Arachnos do a lot of spider-themed kind of stuff. So
Oh, right.
a lot of spider kind of robots. So
Right.
yeah, they're pretty nasty.
Well, now you would know this because you have a villain, don't you?
Yeah, I have my villain who does a lot of work for the Arachnos, actually.
Well, that's cool. I think a lot of people might not know this because the game is out for like 7 years. It's called City of Heroes, but the first expansion pack they released was called City of Villains, and you could actually become the bad guy in this in the series, and you would actually be working for these guys, or even if you felt like being a complete renegade, even set out just for yourself. And so you've been playing villain side, right?
Yeah, major. I've got a lot more time invested in the villain side.
Right. So, well, these guys are of course Arachnos. Are there any other big players in the world? Because we got like the police force, and we've got the what are they called? The Vanguard, and these guys over here, the longbow. Are there any more big players going around the villain side of this game?
Well, I'll tell you, there's a lot of villains in the game and a lot of different factions.
Right.
Yeah, but they are usually at each other's throats, so they do a lot of internal fighting amongst one another too. So.
All right. Well, that makes sense. I mean, it is a big villainous operation. Everyone has his own agenda.
Yeah, they had like the council, which I think we've already come into contact with, or
well,
for the movie theater.
Yeah, exactly. There was a movie playing about the council.
And then there's also these flying guys. I can't remember their names though. They all use jetpacks and.
Oh, cool.
They're kind of an advanced gang though. They're not really a military force. So.
Right. So punks with too much money and free time.
Pretty much.
By the way, these Vazalok guys, do they show up on the villain side as well?
They do, and you're not fighting them as much.
Right.
You know, in that one as you are here.
Okay.
These guys are a little tougher.
Yeah. We can take them.
I just got ran over by a car.
Yeah, well, if you live in a city like this, you don't simply stop as soon as you see something happening. Like, you gotta keep the gas down, and else you'll be losing your car.
Yeah. So as I was saying though, they a lot of different factions. Some of them you end up fighting pretty much everybody as a villain though, even the cops. So even the bad guy cops.
Oh, wow. Right, like corrupted police and everything.
Yeah, it really is. It's just completely cutthroat on that side of the aisle. So people you're working with today, you may end up being against tomorrow. So
that sounds very interesting. Oran, let's have a chat with you.
This is a very intriguing turn of events, heroes. It seems my calculations were off about the Arachnos incursion. I had believed your efforts in Atlas would deter them, but it seems it only reserved to fuel their anger to begin the invasion. Very curious. I believe this will be the time where your true worth will be put to the test. Do you believe that you will have the abilities to help push back Arachnos' attack? Arachnos will not stop until they've taken over all of Atlas. The situation is somewhat dire. Most of the Freedom Phalanx are currently unable to help fight, whether it is due to the issues in Galaxy City or with the threat of the Praetorians. The fate of Atlas is left in the hands of heroes such as yourself. Our goal will have to be to find where the main base of Arachnos is and strike at it.
We'll have to go after their leader then.
Correct. In order to find out where they are staging their attack from, we must strike down their higher ranking officials, their commanders. I would suggest you go out and take the fight to them. It is possible that we may find information on them regarding the location of their main headquarters, or at the very least, a method in which they are communicating with each other.
Yeah, and we're going to have to take out the commanders.
Yeah, exactly. Defeat 5 wolf spider commanders. Alright, we can do this. Back here again? Let's have a look on the map. Yeah, it's a little further down the road, I think.
Well, I think that we are definitely going to see more spider-themed stuff from these guys, because these are the wolf spider commanders, so...
Let's see, maybe we can sneak around these guys. If we're careful. If I jump up here... Oh wow, they got this entire tunnel on fire.
Yeah, I guess they don't want anybody to get through there.
Nope. Oh boy.
Oh no.
I'll be fine, I'll be fine.
Can you make it back up?
The moment I said that, I jump into a group of spiders. I'll hold them off. You, I'll meet you at the point. So, you bought the Steam Bethesda pack, of course. I know for a fact you've been playing a lot of New Vegas. Have you tried any other of their games?
No, that's the only ones that I've actually played.
Right. Well, I haven't played.
Is the New Vegas?
Right. Well, I myself haven't played New Vegas yet. I have played Skyrim quite a bit actually over the past few days because I got Skyrim on sale. You're gonna love it. I know a lot of people who haven't played the original like Morrowind and such. They're kind of on the fence about it, but I started out with Oblivion, and I must say I love what Skyrim is doing.
Well, I have to say I was a big Morrowind fan, so I was not as crazy about Oblivion as I was about Morrowind.
Right.
So,
well, there's some high expectations they're going to have to meet then. What I would advise is get a few cool mods, and like even a single mod will spice up that game big time because there's some brilliant mods out there.
well, yeah, I mean that's the main thing. I think that they've moved away from story. You know, because in Morrowind it was extremely story heavy,
right.
Because you know the combat was pretty poor. It was more of a dice rolling kind of game. So, but whoever wrote the story material for it and the books involved and everything else was top notch, and it was really just completely, like I said, story driven. So,
that's cool.
Oblivion changed that.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
well, something I've always found a little bit of a shame in. The Bethesda games is that you can't have like these very large-scale battles, because I don't know. I think for some reason their engine can't handle it.
no, things crash.
Yes,
Unfortunately, if it gets too big.
Yeah, that's a shame. I've of course played Dragon Age. I've actually got a few episodes up on that, and there's some really big fight scenes in there, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah, I mean, when you get something like that can do along the lines of like Mountain Blade,
Oh, right, yeah.
you know, it's an entirely different game changer for how much fun it is with that many troops on the field.
Yeah, definitely. I must say, if there's like this big army going around in Dragon Age, it's mostly because there's like a cutscene going on, and not so much you're actually in the thick of it, which is kind of a shame, I guess. But I really got a Lord of the Rings feel when I was playing Dragon Age, because I don't know, the culture, the people, there's a lot of different people around, and like everyone has their own lore and background story, so it really pulled me in.
Okay, well that's really cool. Yeah, see, Dragon Age I never actually played.
Okay, well, I loved it so much. After I finished it for, I think, the second time, I actually found out that they've written 2 novels for it, which I both read, and they're some of my favorite novels even. That's how much I love that game.
Yeah, like I said, it was just one that slipped by my radar. I didn't pick that one up, unfortunately.
Right.
But I did see your first video of it, and
yeah.
it was very impressive looking.
Yeah, it's I don't know, it just gives me the feeling you get when playing it is just perfect. And there's very few games that actually get that feeling right, and this is one of them, and that's why I love it.
Looks like our mission has changed here.
Yep, it seems
we're now down to disarming explosives.
Yeah, we beat up some of their wolf spider commanders, the guys with these capes. Find 2 more hidden explosives. Alright, well, let's try and make sure they don't level any more of these buildings. I think there's one across the street over here. Yep. Oh, and that got some attention. I wonder what these big things are over here, by the way, these spires.
Yeah, they look like some sort of communication or some kind of radar or something.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, let's kick these guys down. So, I actually got this really nice mod for Skyrim. It's called Build Your Own Home. I think it's called Build Your Own Home. What it does is you find a little shack somewhere out in the world. And it has like the deed of it so lying somewhere. So as soon as you pick it up, it becomes your home. And what it does, basically you're going to have to build your entire home. Which means you have to go and collect all the wood, all the iron. You have to pick a schematic you like, and then you can build it up from the framework. So you first have to like clear the rubble, build a framework, build the actual house, and after that you can decide what to put in there, and maybe give it an extra roof, an extra floor, and like a forge and stuff like that. It's a really entertaining mod.
That does sound nice. Well, you know, I actually used to mod for Oblivion.
Oh, right, you told me about that.
I created the White Tower mod.
Right.
Which was a magician, basically a mage's house mod.
Right, cool.
And it was out in the lower swamps regions, and it, you know, I didn't ever really set up a detailed quest into it. I did do like a quest that was inferred. You know, it really didn't like kick off with any scripts or anything like that. So,
right.
But there was a backstory to the place, and you did have to kind of earn it. So
okay, cool. I like that. I like it when they're not just passing you the deed and go good luck with it, but they actually like make you work for it a little bit. I like that. Yeah,
I always hated like the god, you know, devices and
yeah, me too.
You know, like you shouldn't have that kind of stuff. It takes the total fun out of the game. So
yeah, I agree.
When things are just handed to you. So.
Yeah, definitely. Talking about god items and stuff like that, have you ever... Well, if you've modded for Oblivion, then I think you know... what was it called? Midas' Magic.
Oh, I don't know. Was it more recent? Because I stopped modding, you know, a number of years ago. So I may not be up to speed with any of the new stuff.
Right. Well, basically...
I may have seen it. It's very early days, but...
Right.
I'm not sure.
It's a mod which adds like over 500 new spells for wizards and such in the game. Yeah.
Wow, that's nice.
I know, and you actually have to work for it. Like first you have to like find the spell, because you had to create those spells. So first you have to like find the schematic of what you need to make it. Then you had to collect the resources, like a lot of gold and stuff like that was required to forge them. And then there was this special machine where you had to chuck it all in, and you would get a spell from it. But now the fun thing is, he actually also made that mod for Skyrim now, because Skyrim, a lot of people have been saying it doesn't have that many spells, and I tend to agree with them. And of course you can't make your own spells in that game. This mod is a real god-given, because it adds... Like in Oblivion, you could unlock locks and stuff like that with your spells. You can't do that in Skyrim, but that mod adds spells where you can unlock stuff. So it's a really handy mod.
Yeah, see, it's always... Recently, it seems like they're making some of these games a little too linear, where you're locked in that box and you have to play it the way they want you to play it. And the days of, you know, having an open world doesn't mean just having tons of space to run around in.
True.
Open world means being able to approach a mission from 16 different angles, or not doing exactly what the original programmers wanted them to do. You know, so that to me is more open world. So I'm glad that there are modders out there pushing those kind of limits. So.
Yeah, true, and well, the modding community is amazing, both on Skyrim Nexus and on the Steam Workshop. And modding has become to install mods has become so incredibly easy in this game. It's wonderful.
Well, that's great, because, you know, one of the reasons I didn't actually buy Skyrim at first was because the map really turned me off. I'm an old school kind of, you know, I want to see a paper map.
Right.
And I don't want to see 3D images of birds flying around and everything. When I'm looking at a map, I want to see a map in front of me.
Yeah, I can totally get that.
So now that there are mods out there, apparently, that do that, I'm very happy. So
that's cool.
That will be one of the first I download. So
right. Let's give Oran a call. He got, of course, his cell phone number, so we don't have to travel a mile to get to him. Okay, let's see what he has to say.
It is a good thing you've stopped the bombing plot, heroes. It seems, though, that we are no further in finding out where Arachnos' base is. There are a few heroes who have answered the call to help fight off Arachnos, but there are many who still refuse to. They believe that they are not good enough to make a difference. It is unreasonable, really, to believe just because that you have a super ability that you are a superhero. And because of that, we find ourselves in the current situation. Let us see what you can do to get us out of it. Did you by any chance see large Arachnos pylons? I have received data from Matthew Habashi that these pylons are being used as a method of communication. Arachnos sends their data through numerous pylons in order to hide exactly where their data center is located. It is reasonable then to assume that with enough of these pylons destroyed, we would be able to predict with greater accuracy where the main Arachnos base is.
How many of these do you need destroyed?
According to my predictions, I would say at least 3. There are several other heroes working on tracking down the location, as well as taking down pylons. But you, heroes, are on the forefront of it. I will let Matthew Habashi know to contact me when the scientists at Seraph and the agents of the FBSA have pinpointed the location of the Arachnos base.
Okay then, here's where the pylons come into play. We get to destroy them.
Yeah, it'd be nice if he told us this stuff at the beginning of the mission, so we wouldn't have to keep running back and forth.
Yeah, I know, right?
We could. Yeah, I mean, hell, we're right here just a second ago.
Well, like I said, never trust someone with those kind of glasses.
Yeah, he's trying to get us killed. That's what it is.
Right. This isn't too bad. Lung stuff up.
Yeah, as long as nothing spawns right when we kill these things, it should be okay.
Now, another cool feature of this game is you see these inspirations here in the corner. You can actually combine 3 of them into a different one. So I've got 3 catch your breath, and if I right click and then combine them, I can make one enrage, for example, which will give me extra damage. So that's a really nice one. If you got too many inspirations, you can just chuck them together and get one you really want.
Yeah, and it's nice too because as you level up, those inspirations, you get more spaces for them.
Yep, true.
So that comes in handy.
Very much. Okay, ooh,
all right,
level
congratulations.
Up. Thanks. One more pylon. There we go. Now I'm seeing some longbow lying down over there.
Heroes! Matthew here. Listen! We've got a feed on where their base is. It's the same one where they're keeping my wife. I'm going to go in there first. They'll be too preoccupied in figuring out what to do with a lone FBSA agent to notice you breaking down the door. This is my chance to make things right and save my wife. Just, well, if I die, make sure you get her out of there.
Well, you might have noticed that with the other longbow as well. As soon as we defeat these guys, we probably could get a beat on them and teleport them to the nearest hospital. So let's take these guys out.
Sounds good.
Now, that's what I really like about this game. Pretty much everything has an explanation. Like, you don't just die and get back up again. When you die, you basically get knocked out and get teleported to the nearest hospital. So everything has an explanation in this game. So there's no behind the scenes, like even these enhancements, you think, well, they're basically something outside of the game and they're fun and all, but there is an actual in-game reason why these upgrade you. And if I was a wizard, for example, I could go into a wizard store and I could buy like the amulet of Mu, which was like an all-powerful wizard, and that would boost my damage, for example.
Yeah, I'm just looking into mine. Actually, I've got a number of enhancements I should have already thrown in here.
Right. Well, we might as well do that now. I've got a few as well. Let's throw some accuracy around. Over there and over there. And these are red, so they're already outdated for me, so I can't use them. But I can still sell them to a vendor. Alright, well this should do for now. How are you on enhancements?
I've got too many that I need to get rid of too, I think.
Okay, how about we go find a safe spot, call Oren, and you can in the meantime sort out your bag.
Okay.
Alright, this seems to be a safe spot.
And you say that, now a demon pops out of the garbage can.
I wouldn't be surprised.
This is unexpected. Who would have thought that a normal man like Matthew would run off and do something so brave? I definitely did not believe this would happen. Yes, it is no surprise the Arachnos base would be heavily fortified. It's their main method of conducting this invasion. I suppose it also makes sense for them to keep their prisoners there as well. I've received the exact location of where the Arachnos base is. The FBSA has confirmed that Matthew Habeshi has gone MIA. I can only assume that he is currently within the bowels of the base. I would hurry if I were you. Arachnos already has an agent on the inside. It is how they were able to get into Atlas Park so easily. It is also how they knew about the meteor striking Galaxy City. Arachnos was in Galaxy mere minutes after the meteor hit. That is no coincidence, heroes. And Arachnos is not that well organized that they could pull this off by themselves. It is simple, heroes. Someone within our organization is helping them.
Alright. Arachnos is an agent on the inside. Right, we gotta save Matthew Habeshi and Atlas from Arachnos. Ooh, it seems we got some work to do. Habeshi seems to be in trouble, and we seem to have found his wife, so we're back at the original storyline. However, there's a big however. Our time is already up. I think we're going to have to call it here.
Yeah, well, we need to prepare, before doing a big mission like that.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta get some upgrades, gotta get some gear, maybe get some backup. So we're going to leave you hanging on a cliffhanger this episode. Thank you very much for joining us again in this City of Heroes Let's Play. We're really enjoying playing it, and I hope you are too. So leave us a comment, we love to hear what you have to say. And for now, I have been Ultranaut, and this episode I have been joined by my friend CBC Ronin. CB, it's been a pleasure having you along again. So CB, will you be joining us for the next episode?
I don't see how I could not be there, so I'm gonna definitely be there.
Alright, awesome. Until then though, we are signing off. We hope to catch you next time. Until then, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.